so we can try this vision.
All right, thanks everyone.
Yep.
I had to jump up back to their channel.
User left your channel. User left your channel. Disconnected.
Guess I'm gonna go check out this cloak quest now. Oh, the lag is a good sign, I guess. Not.
I'm afraid I have little to report, my king.
Stormwind will endure. Safe journey to you.
You mean to tell me none of your spies have returned? N'Zoth is out there, and we need answers now!
We are doing all we can. Speaker Magni is coming, along with a new advisor. He claims to have information for us.
By the light. A new advisor.
Rathian. Anduin, it's been so long.
Oh, dragons.
I suppose I deserved that.
Oh, you deserve more than that. My father is dead because of you!
And my father is dead because of the old gods.
Lad, he's come to help us.
Nefarian the Earthwarder was once the protector of Azeroth. But N'Zoth turned a noble mind to madness, and now my father is only remembered as Deathwing. And, as I haven't the least desire to share that fate, I've been studying how to avoid it.
Just tell me how to prepare for this attack. Our armies
Will be useless. N'Zoth will strike here. He'll manipulate emotions, get people to act in ways contrary to their nature. You won't be able to trust your senses, your memories, your friends. After all, what is real if our perceptions cannot be trusted? Anduin! Anduin! Don't you see, old friend? It's already begun.
Very well, advisor. Tell us how to stop him.
For the Alliance above all.
It would appear that N'Zoth's corruption is already reaching its way into our minds. We have no time to waste. Go with Magni and Rathian and see what you can uncover. I will ensure that our forces are ready to defend against any attack. Good luck.
Be vigilant. Well, that was a pleasant reunion. Champion, I will await you in Silithus. Well met.
You've done a
Sorry
great...
to spring that on you, lad. But before we go, I have a favor to ask. I'm gonna be needing my hammer.
You've done a great deal for Azeroth, hero, but unfortunately I'm going to have to ask you to do more. Inzoth is on the loose, and there's no telling when or where he'll strike. This battle is one you can't face alone. When the time comes, you'll have my hammer at your side, but first we need to fetch it.
Fight for our world!
Fearbreaker, though I was honored to have it bestowed upon me, I am relieved that you have come to claim it. I feel I was never able to live up to its legacy. Even Bane thought himself unworthy to wield it.
Nonsense, lad. I wouldn't have given it to you if you didn't deserve it.
No, Magni. Fearbreaker belongs in the hands of a Mountain King.
These stones have tales to tell.
It's time we put Rathian's plans to motion. He'll be heading back to the Chamber of the Heart, so we should meet him there.
Remember your duty to Azeroth. Oh, it's good to feel the heft of a hammer again. Come, champion. We've got work to do. I speak for Azeroth. Azeroth cries out in pain.
Fortunately, we've got no clue where Zoth has been lurking since his escape. We do, however, have an idea where he might strike. Back when the Keepers were imprisoning the old gods, they built defense mechanisms against their corruption into the Titan forges.
References to a place called Nyalotha, a sleeping city of numbers.
Her world.
The void deals in potentials, possibilities. Perhaps this Nyalotha is not so much a physical location on Azeroth, as it is a vision, waiting to be made real.
These stones have tales to tell.
Back when the Keepers were imprisoning the old gods, they built defense mechanisms against their corruption into the Titan forges. If Zoth wants to corrupt Azeroth, he'll have to go through them first. Fortunately, we've got ourselves hooked up to them now, so we can monitor them from here. Go ahead and take a look.
Back to Mother has connected the Chamber of Heart to all known Titan facilities on Azeroth. First things first, let's make sure they're all working as intended.
Accessing facility. Designation Uldir. Facility dormant. Residual old guide corruption within acceptable parameters. Discs of
It
Northern
is not
intact.
knowledge that N'Zoth seeks.
Records of
Her eyes
unauthorized
of
access
Ny'alotha
not
would
found.
erase all that we once were.
Am I supposed to be seeing something here?
Our world needs us. Mother has connected the Chamber of Heart to all known Titan facilities on Azeroth. First things first, let's make sure they're all working
That's that
as
issue that
intended.
we had before where we do stuff and it just doesn't work right.
Accessing facility. Designation Uldir. Facility dormant. Residual old guide corruption within acceptable parameters. Accessing facility. Designation Uldoom. Error. Forge of origination currently inactive.
Inactive? What happened to it? I speak
Unable to
for
determine
Azeroth.
root cause of deactivation.
I think we can all safely assume what this root cause might be.
This is not good.
No time to waste. Without the Forge of Origination, Azeroth is left vulnerable to N'Zoth's corruption. Not to mention it holds a weapon capable of wiping out all life in Azeroth. We'll need to head over to the Forge right away. Mother can hold down the fort here. Hurry on, I'll meet you there.
For Azeroth!
Port to Silithus. Port to Borealis. Port to Stormwind. Then run out. Port to Uldoom. I think those are the things that are supposed to knock you out of the air that can kill you. That was weird.
Over here, champion. I think I found who took control of the forge. Azeroth cries out in pain.
Got here just in time. This whole place is overrun. Looks like the halls of origination have been cleaned by a group of Tolvir calling themselves the Amathet. I don't know much about them other than they're new in town and not the friendliest of types. We'll need to get in there and reactivate the forge, or else Azeroth will be done for.
Remember, time to waste. We've got a Titan forge to reboot. It's been ages since I've held a hammer in my hands. Feels good to be back in the action.
Intruders! You dare defile this place with the curse of flesh? You stand before the Amethyst!
Looks like we'll have to fight our way through. Let's get moving. Wait, see those statues? The Amethyst must have reactivated the forge's defenses. We'll have to turn them off before we can cross. The controls should be down below. All of them. Onward now.
The forge is ours, trespassers! Watcher is not yet complete. I need more time. Our enemies are already upon us. Activation! Unauthorized life forms detected. Commencing purge.
Oh, that doesn't sound good. Can make their own watchers. We'll have to worry about that later. Come on, let's take the lift up to the control chamber. What the? Oh, the power's been shut off. Hang on, I'll get us access to the conduits. This way, champion. Look! Some of the consoles here are still active. If we can figure out which one controls the lift, we can reroute power to it and get it working again. We reroute the power here. Get it running. should do it.
Flesh cursed. Your kind are unworthy of the Titan's gifts. You have tainted this place long enough. Fall before the amethyst. Time and again, you have failed to protect the Titan's worth. Now you will burn. I grow tired of these
Well, that was kind of surprising.
Are you there? Thought we lost you for a second. If N'Zoth's minions are inside the forge, then this is worse than we thought. We have to hurry. Come on! Looks like the lift is working. The control chamber should be on the 3rd floor. Here we are. I'll contact the Chamber of Heart.
Connection received. Please confirm elimination of hostile entities.
We took care of them, but not before N'Zoth gave the forge a beating.
Understood. Access power terminals to commence system reactivation. Receiving signal. Error. Unable to access primary power conduits. Direct circuit to Chamber of Heart required. Interface Heart of Azeroth with main console. Circuit established. Restoring power. Error. Forge operating at 37% efficiency.
37? That can't be enough to keep Azeroth protected.
Affirmative. Additional power sources required. Initiating query for suitable alternatives. Stand by.
It looks like our work isn't done, champion.
Is it ever, though?
Well met.
We got the forge back, but not before N'Zoth was able to cripple her systems. I'm afraid our work is far from done. Looks like we're going to have to wait a spell while Mother figures out what to do with the forge. In the meantime, we'll want to try to make sure nobody tries to do any more damage here. You should check on the Tolvir and Ramkahan. I know you've helped them in the past, so they might be able to help us keep the forge out of the wrong hands.
I'll return to the chamber and start figuring out our next move. We can't afford to lose the forge again. Do whatever it takes to protect it.
You may speak.
We come unarmed,
It
and
would
we only
seem
seek
you
an
are
audience
not
with the
the
king.
only ones. Hail, adventurer.
Welcome to Uldum, Paladin. I wish we could have offered you a warmer welcome, but I'm afraid my people find themselves once again in a dire situation. You seek assistance defending the Forge of Origination. It would seem that our goals align. The Halls of Origination are but a small portion of the Forge's true scope. Any threats to Uldum would be a potential threat to the Forge, and Uldum has found itself with many new enemies of late. We were about to convene the High Council when these Waste Wanderers arrived unannounced. Perhaps you could join us in learning about these threats.
Our power is in our people. We know little of the Amethet, save that they believe themselves the sole defenders of the Titan's great works. In their eyes, all others are corrupted by the curse of flesh, and are enemies of the Makers. It is imperative that they be kept away from the Forge. To the west, another threat looms. Terrible monstrosities have emerged from the sands and gather in great numbers. Though we suspect they hail from Ahn'Qiraj, they are unlike any Qiraji or Silithid we have faced before. And worst of all, Our priests are plagued by unrelenting nightmares. They see our cities burning to ash, and our people turning against each other. I fear that these visions are but the harbinger of something far more dire. We must prepare ourselves for disaster.
Doom, doom, doom.
Do you bring news? It is clear that Ramkahan cannot face these menaces alone. I propose an accord with those here today, that we band together and defend our home.
You cannot be serious. I will not partner with grave robbers and bandits.
You will
Hey,
obey
that's the one
your
guy,
king.
Darkwing
All
Duck.
who would fight for Uldum are allies of Ramkahan.
Runus.
The Waste Wanderers stand with you, King Phaoris.
The League's got your back too.
Very well. Together, we
Yeah,
will
Rathian's
vanquish
pretty
all
cool.
who threaten our home. For Uldum. How may Ramkahan aid you?
Our accord with the Waste Wanderers and the Explorers League will aid us in defending Uldum. Yet even with our combined strength, we may not be able to hold these enemies at bay without your help. Of course not. The Tol'vir take the protection of the Titan's constructs here in Uldum as a sacred duty. However, our numbers have dwindled and we face greater threats with each day. Even with the strength of our new allies, we will only be able to hold these enemies back for so long. Should any of them surge in power, they may still be able to overwhelm us and endanger the Forge. This is where your assistance is needed. Speak to High Commander Kamses to assess our current situation.
Farewell, traveler.
Make it quick.
Our scouts have eyes across the whole of Uldum, watching the movements of enemy forces. If we can alert you of any upcoming surge of activity from one of these enemies, I have no doubt you'll be able to quell them. Would you like to hear the latest scouting report? Show me the current
Enough
assault.
chatter. With each passing day, new enemies descend upon Uldum. We must drive them from the sands. Strike them down wherever possible, but focus on key objectives and enemy champions to deal the most damage.